guided meditation and stress management program based on the text of Eastern Wisdom, and that is almost 6,000 years old text, and a group of the text which is known as Upanishad. I've been remember all the time and think of it whenever you have stress and anxiety and the suffering. So 3 areas the entire Eastern Wisdom works: managing your pain. If you have challenges, it helps you to achieve well-being, and ultimately it helps you to discover inner peace and happiness. So basically the Eastern Wisdom is a positive psychology. So where the person goes to a teacher in a healthier state, and in that state of the well-being, he realizes that he has, the person experiences the pleasure which is short-lived. Then there is the relationship challenges, the social problems that we always experience, but we always ignore it. We ignore it. Okay, it will happen. But as the problem goes on increasing, it crosses the threshold, it increases the pressure, and then it manifests in forms of anxiety, stress, duality, and a conflict. So I told you there are about 300 Upanishads. Normally it is known as 108 groups of the text. Principal, most important texts are 11. I'm not taking up any one of them because we have to be ready for it. So I'm taking almost the third level of the text, which is known as the Yoga-Shikha Upanishad. Understand? The student goes to the master and he says, what is this the life? 9 to 5? Is this the life? Getting pleasure, getting married, having kids? I feel totally bored. It's all mechanical and habitual, and I have lost interest. What kind of an illusory world I live in? Is there a way to get out of that? Can I really discover inner peace and happiness? So all these questions coming from a student, and here the master guides two things. First, it says that the knowledge is important, but the knowledge alone cannot help us discover inner peace and happiness. So we have tremendous information on Google. Michelle was just talking. We have lot of app. If you don't like one practice, you go to the other. It's not a question of liking. You have to find out what is good for you, and you have to do the practice. That is the key. That is what this master says. So master discusses on 2 issues. You know that the pleasure comes in contact with the people, possession, and things outside, and as we constantly repeat that pleasure, over a period of time, that pleasure is reduced and we lose interest. We try to find something else for the pleasure. Now I have intellectually understood. So the disciple asked, what is the way? So he says, master says that knowledge and regular practice of meditation both should go together. Means what? That I should understand where the meditation leads us to. What is the fundamental goal of meditation? So if we do not understand the correct goal of meditation, the practice will not bring the result. What normally we do, I have a lot of problems of anxiety. When I spend an hour, I feel very good. Possibly I'm good, then you also become good, you experience, and after that you return home and you have the same problem. So, in order to solve that problem, the master says knowledge and regular practice are the two keys. What kind of a knowledge that we need to have? So, there the master says that our true nature inside, behind the mind, is full of peace and happiness, full of wisdom and love, full of compassion. Take one example, peace is my essential nature. So if my true nature is peace and happiness, I don't need anything from outside. Means what? That peace and happiness both are independent of a person you are living with, the tools that you are using outside, the money that you have or you have not. That is the message. So the master explains that your mind should go inside and look and discover that state of the peace and the happiness that is always present in you. And that is how, from that principle you can conclude not every rich person is happy, not every poor person is stressed, not a single person, not a single one is unhappy, not all married people are you see that? From that conclusion comes. It is independent. It is independent. Irrespective of the age, gender, whatever you do, the profession, that peace and happiness are independent. Totally independent. That is the message, that is the knowledge we must remember. Now think of it, that is it independent of the body? Yes. Is it independent of the breath? Yes. Is it independent of the mind? Yes. Is it independent of the different timings, morning, evening, afternoon? Just now I heard Christine was saying, the time changed, I feel little stressed. It is independent. So that knowledge is required. So the moment our mind goes with the past knowledge, here is my honey, here is my son and daughter who is going to give me the happiness if he follows or if she follows me. You are a boss. If your all subordinates follows you, it gives me happiness. No. Don't try to find happiness there. You have to get the things done there in the office. That is the main source. The master here in this Upanishad, it says that it is the energy. If you release that energy from the unconscious mind that is clogged. So now understand one point, then we'll do the practice. This energy is used by the mind. How? Do you have a wandering state of the mind? The mind goes out and it is always crazy wandering. The energy is being used wrongly. You have a sense of forgetfulness. Energy is being used by the same mind. The mind gets obsessed. It has a strong likes and dislikes. It has a strong feeling of likes and dislikes towards people and the things. The energy is being used by the mind. So it means when we release that energy from the mind becomes free and it withdraws inside. When it withdraws inside, it leaves the world of people, possession and the thing. And people, places and possessions. It leaves the time too. Why it leaves the time? The mind goes into the past, there is a regret. The mind goes into the future, there are worries. The mind doesn't stay in the present. One of the masters used to say, and that perhaps is an explanation of this Upanishad, he says, do always remember two things. First, stop talking to yourself. The wandering mind will stop. Stop talking to yourself. You remember of the past. You remember the incident that happened today. Stop talking. Become aware. The moment the mind starts chattering inside, you say, stop it. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Not interested. Second, that will help you progress into meditation very deeply. And the second thing, this master says, talk less. I'm talking too much in a class, but obviously outside I talk very less. So he says, talk less. Find out. Think before you speak. Talk very less, to the pointed. When you go to the store, when you are talking to the people, find out, is it really necessary to talk? If it is not necessary, just stop it. Just stop it. So two things. First is that I have to stop talking to myself. The moment you stop talking to yourself in this session, now, here and now, when you're listening, you will be more aware and attentive. So the first 3 steps are important. Remember these 3 steps. That is how I have designed this guided meditation and stress management program. And after 3 steps, I change and personalize and customize these steps. So let us start. Sit or lie down, close your eyes. First step is the chanting, recitation, yourself. So lie down, sit and be comfortable first. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath into the belly and the chest. While breathing out, make the sound of yes. So take your mind to on the breath first. Inhale into the belly and the chest. Minimum will be doing 9 times. Just go on singing with a long, deep breath inside. It should be as long as possible. Half the time, open the mouth. Next half the time, lips together. and stop it. What you will be doing at your home in the first step, even before going to sleep, you can just whisper, man, a little, maybe a little sound, and keep your mind deep inside the forehead, and you chant and recite this sound not only 9 times, it may be little more, to find out that you start feeling some deepening of the sensations inside your forehead. Then the first step is a success. The second step is the contemplation on the Upanishad, 3 words and 3 steps. The first is nearby, sitting nearby yourself. That is the first point in the second step. What it means by sitting nearby yourself, you are steady, you are aware of the body, you are comfortable. Take that meaning. Sitting nearby yourself. Look at the neck joint. Feel the sensation, become aware. You see that the mind is nearby. To whom? To yourself. Any meditation, and all meditation begins with sitting nearby. Don't become crazy over, no, I cannot sit in a particular posture, I cannot meditate. No, you can meditate in any state, in any position of the body. That is what we discussed. Peace and happiness are independent of the body, the mind, the breath, the thoughts, the thinker, the ego, and the outer conditions. Look at the shoulder joints. Feel the sensation and comfortable. Now see that you know it is your experience. The mind is nearby. It is looking at your own body. What happens in a wandering state? It goes out. People, events, time, past, regret, worries. That's a difference. Make that difference in the second step by yourself. Every day you should be doing before going to sleep or early in the morning. Sitting nearby. The second step has the first point. Look at the neck joint, hip joints. Feel the sensation and become aware. Knee joints, ankles and the toes. My friends, for some of you it is an easy process. For others, it may take some time. So you're not moving the body, except adjustment and alignment. Do it practically. When you do it by yourself without any assistance, it is going to help. And gradually I will move into the fourth step also. So we are into the second step. The first step is done, the sitting nearby. The body is steady. Second step is the commitment. Commitment to what? Commitment is your inspiration, your aspiration, your initiative, your choice. That is your commitment. What is the choice that you are making in a meditation? I will discover peace and happiness within. Say to yourself 3 times, looking deep inside the heart or the head. When you communicate, now you communicate to yourself. The mind that was talking unnecessarily, you have left that. Remember, that's the meaning of the text, Upanishad, commitment. One more time, I'll discover peace and happiness with it. Third point has 3 very interesting directions. The first direction Every day when I practice meditation, I will lessen the impact of my anxiety, my stress, my suffering, my problems. Second meaning of the second direction is I will destroy. Forcefully, you have to contemplate deep inside. What is that? That I will destroy my unconsciousness, my ignorance that causes me the stress and the suffering. You see, there is a beautiful aspect the master teaches. One of the master in other Upanishad says, become aware. No. When your mind says, I'm crazy, I'm stressed, I'm in anxiety, remember that you are moving in ignorance. Stop it. Stop the mind talking to you. Change the direction. And the third direction is, I want to discover my true nature. The moment I discover my true nature, I will always be free from the stress and the suffering. See, so the second point is done. Second step is done. Third step is mini mindfulness. Look at the head and the neck. Be there and experience the sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. Now see that your first step was the chanting, recitation, looking inside the forehead. Second step was sitting nearby with commitment, lessening the impact of the stress and suffering, discovering your true nature, and destroying the ignorance. And the third step is simply you look, the right arm, be there. You know what happens? The mind becomes the right arm. And when it becomes the right arm, you experience the sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. You see that it becomes so easy a process. So first three steps, remember. Look at the left arm, sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. Look at the chest and the belly. Mind is on the belly and the chest. You experience the sensation. Mind is still there. You experience the relaxation and you experience the stillness, my friends. We are not doing anything at this moment. So, in this guided meditation and stress management, I picked up the first three steps. Will remain the same, and the rest of the steps I'll customize based on the responses I get. Look at the right leg. So the mind becomes the right leg. You feel the sensation, relaxation in the stillness. You see that since morning the mind was active, going outward. By this step, you're bringing the mind back to yourself. Look at the left leg. When you look at the left leg, feel the sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. Look at the entire body. And you will experience every day in the morning, and if you do it in the evening, your life will start changing. You will discover. You will cleanse your mind completely. The fatigue is not there. Not only you have a sound sleep, but you will wake up fresh in the morning. So look at the entire body from the top to the toes and feel the sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. Sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. Look at it. Enjoy that state. And now, in that state, we will follow the other steps. So our next step should be today a hissing breath through the belly. Long in the hissing breath, you inhale into the belly and exhale from the belly. You inhale from the belly, exhale from the belly. Inhale into the belly and exhale from the belly. Looking deep inside the belly button. Yes, and then we will experience the change. Yes, continue. Long in the exhale from the belly and inhale into the belly. So when you inhale, the belly goes up. But you see the point? You are able to maintain the sensation, relaxation and stillness. We are doing this program in the evening, and normally we may be tired and fatigued. So that may bring us sleep. So we want to break that at this moment. Continue long. Inhale into the belly and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale into the belly goes up. Exhale, the belly drops down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale, and stop it. Do nothing again. Return and experience the change. You have to learn from your own experiences. You see, that is the main point. In a guided meditation, every step you do, you find out the change in your experience, how the mind responds or reacts. And then we have to make a choice. Choice? What is good for you, not what you like. Remember, liking dominates, the mental domination takes place. And when you discuss and understand what is good for you, it is the knowledge. The intellect takes over the mind. Hold on. See the point. Continue, just experience the state of sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. Now let us see how we can move to a deeper state by bypassing the mind. It's quite an interesting practice. First experience the sensation, relaxation and the stillness. Look at the breath. The moment the breath goes in, drop the sound Om. Breath comes out, take the sound Om. The breath goes in, Om. Breath comes out, Om. Mentally, no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. We are asking the mind to raise its awareness. That is the rising of the consciousness. That is also the rising of the energy from lower to the higher consciousness. This time you experience the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind is looking at the breath going in, looking inside the head or the heart. The moment the breath goes in, Om, breath comes out, Om. Goes in, Om, comes out, Om. We're asking the mind, or indirectly, to enhance, to raise its awareness. What happens? The mind starts moving inward. It leaves the world outside. Continue. The breath goes in, Om, comes out, Om. 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 Now it will tell you whether the mind is living within, with enhanced awareness, what we should be doing. You drop to Om, the breath is the same. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Not at all. The breath is a status quo. It is on cruise. So what you do, the moment the breath goes in, Om Om, breath comes out, Om Om, goes in, Om Om, comes out, Om Om. 2 Om. So deep inside your mind, you instantly become aware of first Om, then there is a space in the second Om. That is the key point. But you're doing it casually, naturally, maintaining the state of stillness in the body. When that happens, as the mind withdraws inside, you will start experiencing the change in your experiences. The body freezes down, you may have tingling, numbness, colors in the vision, there may be a numbness. It is okay. Don't move. Continue the journey. You're in safe hands. We're just enhanced awareness and attention inside. There are hundreds of tools explained in this Upanishad that will be taking one after the other. Continue. What we are doing for the sake of doing. We are not changing the body. Body is in a status quo. And you constantly experience the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You're looking at the breath going in and out. You're aware you're not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. And the moment the breath goes in, you're dropping Om Om, 2 Om, 1 breath going in, 2 Om, 1 breath coming out. One Himalayan master I met, he used to do 27 Om with a normal breath. It's all about how deeper level of awareness he had. Again, the mind returns unconsciously. It may move the body, no worry. You become aware, move into the state, and you are doing it. 2 Om, dropping 2 Om with every breath inside the head when the breath goes in, outside when the breath comes out. Now challenge it, 3 Om. Breath goes in, Om Om Om, breath comes out, Om Om Om, mentally. No movement of the lips or the tongue. I know everyone in this class. The moment I look, I have your name. And still there is a space when the breath goes in. You see the point? You're moving from action to inaction. It is an amazing practice, but it is a higher practice. Let us see. A reminder and awareness of sensation, relaxation, and stillness in the body. You're not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. The breath goes in, om, om, om. Breath comes out, 3 om. Om, 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 om. We can say that as you increase the number of this mantra or the sound, with one normal breath going in and out, you're lifting it. You're lifting your mind. That is one way of saying it. You're moving the mind with it. Another way of saying it. And you're making the mind inward moving. Inside, who is there? Only one. And you experience, you leave the world outside, that gives rise to a different experiences at the physical and also the mental level. Continue. Now return to 2 Om and experience the freedom. Now 2 Om, the breath goes in Om Om, breath comes out Om Om. So we say when you are doing from 3 to 2, it is a descending process. You experience more space in the same breath. And if you are aware of that, you will experience the change. That is the key point. What we are doing, for the sake of doing, we are doing it inside. It is almost doing nothing. The body is in the state of stillness. We experience the breath is going in, dropping into the forehead. Om Om, breath comes out, Om Om, continue. While driving, you never open the door of a car. You know it. So that is why I'm reminding you the body is the car. No movement is the way to keep all the holes plugged off so that the mind doesn't go out. Simple things to remember and to maintain your awareness. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. You can know it, you can experience. So the change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath at this moment is all about the mind taking you to the old habit. And now return to one arm. Breath goes in. You experience the space. You drop on space. Breath comes out. Space on space. The space in Sanskrit is known as Akash. The meaning of Akash, the Sanskrit meaning, Akash is always at Avkash, at the state of the restfulness. Means what? Nothing happens to the space. We have earth, we are here, clouds, colors, everything changes in that space, but nothing happens to the space. Our inner self is like this space. Hence, I ask you to identify dropping. The breath goes in the space on space. Breath comes out space on space. You can easily experience when you're doing only one arm. When I personalize these practices, it helps you better. Otherwise, what happens, the mind creates a mechanical, habitual pattern, and that defies the meditation. Meditation can never be habitual. Even if you're doing the same practice, it helps you to go to a deeper and deeper experience every time. And the customization also helps your mind to release. Now is the time to do nothing. Remain as you are in the state of doing nothing. Understand? Yeah? What is we discussed today? Knowledge and the practice. We take it granted. What you're doing? Nothing. We normally answer. But this is a special. When we say you are in a state of doing nothing, you're learning from your experience. When you do nothing, there is no doer. When there is no doer, there is no mind. When there is no mind, there is a meditative state. And you experience. Continue. Be into that state. There is another way to explain to be into the state of doing nothing. Your true nature is already in a state of the peace and happiness. So in the state of doing nothing, we experience that peace and happiness. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Let everyone be happy. Maintain that awareness, let everyone be happy. Sarve santu niramaya. Let everyone be healthy. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Let everyone be blessed. Ma kashe dukha bhag bhaved. Let none suffer from misery in this world. Or the world should be full of compassion and love. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. This recitation is traditional. It simply means it intensifies your experience. No string attached to it. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it in your eyes, open the eyes inside, know your experiences, bring the hands down. And we will share our experiences now. Take your time. Hey, you're looking at me? What happened?
Crazy. My feet are ice cold.
Ice
My
cold.
hands are ice cold. My body is warm.
Body is warm. But you feel good.
I drifted for a minute, but then I came
Yeah,
back and it was
you
weird.
drifted. I feel very good, very calm.
I heard you when you said I am tired after driving all those hours, and I felt myself like, no, pay attention, because you do drift off to go to sleep.
Yeah, that's hard, Whatever I hear, instantly it becomes a natural way to. And you did it. You succeeded. Hi, Michelle.
I feel really good tonight, and I wasn't feeling good before I got here. I felt it's kind of sickly, so I'm like, should I go? My mind was doing the tossing.
Tossing, yes.
So should I go? Maybe I should. And I'm like, no. If I go, I'll feel better. And I forgot all about that. I didn't feel good here.
Now you
I got
feel
very
good.
deep.
Very deep.
And very calming colors, and I felt my hands vibrating. So yeah, I feel great.
Feel great. You raised a very important point, of the tossing. That is what happens almost thousands of times during the day. Oh, I have to drive 1 hour, so I will feel tired. The mind accepts it first before you get really tired. That is what happens. Oh, I didn't take the food, so I'm feeling weak. You see that? So the tossing works in different ways. Tossing simply means the mind invites opposites. Likes and dislikes, pain and the pleasure, good and the bad. There is a long list, hot and the cold. And it instantly moves into that. And associating with those experiences and the feelings, it creates an image. And that image works. That image causes a lot of stress. So whenever there is a tossing, first lesson, stop talking to yourself. Tossing, stop talking. Find out what is good. You have come here. You did the good. How are you?
Good. Right at the end there, I was gonna go. I was going. Matter of fact, right before we put your hands on your eyes to maybe another 5 minutes, I would have been gone.
Yeah, very deep.
And that never happens here yet. I mean, so you almost had me really.
Very deep.
Almost had to wake me up.
Very deep. That is what happens, So remember the first 3 steps, when you lie down on the back, you're preparing yourself for sleep. Just start doing, until you experience some sensation starts inside the head. And then the second is look, the meaning, contemplate and move into the step. Nearby mindset. Mind should be very near to me. So near to me, looking at the body. Near to me. Commitment. What is the commitment that you want to have in your life? Not commitment relationship to the others. Forget everything. Forget. If I die, nobody is going to, that nobody is going to go with me. First thing is that we have an individual self. So we are not becoming selfish in a sense that we are discovering our true self. That is the goal of meditation. That is the goal of meditation. So if I'm in peace, that peace manifests outside. It works in relationship, it works at the workplace, it works everywhere.
See, it works with you leading me.
Yeah.
So I have to learn to do that.
Yeah, we are doing this. That is all for today. Thank you.